Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. This exact time frame was reserved since the beginning of 2019 for a how I shoot video. And the last season, season 2, just ended last week with me shooting the Hasselblad X-Pen, this guy here, with some Kodak Ektachrome 100. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend go and check it out. I started this kind of videos almost 2 years ago while I was in Seoul in South Korea, and I had no idea that this would become such a regular thing. Up until now I've recorded over 40 episodes, and I thought it might be a good idea to share some of the insights that I've learned over the last 2 years with you guys. Maybe you're interested. And this is what this video is all about. But before we get started, a quick reminder, if you wanna support the channel, you can pick up one of my X-Pen zines. The link is in the description box down below, and in this zine there are tons of photos I took with the Hasselblad X-Pen over the last 2 years, and some of the photos in here I also shot during filming a How I Shoot series video. And you can also pick up my Lightroom presets, specifically my Lightroom color profiles that make it really easy to edit my photos. And usually when I edit my Leica Q photos, I use these color profiles to make it very easy. So for me, usually an edit takes maybe 10 seconds or less. These color profiles also, of course, work for other cameras. You might ask yourself why I put all these videos into like a season, like a TV show. When the whole series started, I didn't upload a video on a regular basis, like every week, only once in a while, because I couldn't like travel every week and record a video every week. So I thought maybe it's a good idea if I record videos in advance, and if I have piled up a bunch of videos, then release them as a series, like a TV show for instance. The process. The episodes are usually filmed in various locations around the world. And you may ask yourself, how do I pick cities or specific areas within cities for shooting a video? For instance, when the idea for season 2 was born, that was around the time when this assignment in French Polynesia came up, and I thought maybe it's a good idea to make more out of this, because French Polynesia is so far away from Europe. It makes sense to embed this assignment into some sort of extended trip around the world, and along the way film videos for YouTube. That was my initial idea. After the idea was born, I roughly picked some locations, some cities and countries that seemed interesting for filming a video. After arriving in a new spot, I usually try to get an idea about the place, and then I come up with a schedule to film. The schedule depends usually on various factors like the weather, for instance. How long does it take to film and edit an episode? Filming alone can take up to a couple hours or even 1 day. The B-roll is usually filmed after shooting the photos, because I can only focus on one thing at a time, and otherwise it gets way too stressful. So after a while I figured it's better to film the B-roll afterwards. And that is why sometimes I have some really cool characters or some really cool moments in the B-roll, and you guys ask me, why didn't you take a photo? And that's the reason why, because the photography part has already been done. After filming, I have also to back up the footage just to make sure I don't lose it. And if I decide I want to develop the film myself, I have to develop the film and scan it, which takes a couple of hours, and then I can start to edit the video, which also will take like up to 1 day. So like I said, in total it takes roughly 2 days for one episode. That might come as a surprise for some of you, I guess. But yeah, it's a lot of work for only 8 minutes. Challenges. You know, I have a good friend named Murphy, and Murphy likes to challenge me from time to time. One of the biggest challenges I have to face is the weather, because it's unpredictable and from time to time it's raining. So it happened to me that I had to postpone the video shoot, or it also happened to me that I had to cancel it entirely because it was pouring all the time, so I couldn't do anything. I mean, this sucks, but in the end, sometimes you come up with other ideas that are maybe even better than the ones I had before. And so in the end, it doesn't have to be that bad, but the weather is always a challenge, and this will be always the case, I guess. Also, locations can be a big challenge, because from time to time When you look it up online, it looks really promising, but as soon as you arrive, you realize it's not that great in the end. What I mean by that is, for instance, I come to a place and it turns out it's way too touristy and there's just tons of tourists taking selfies all the time, which is pretty boring. It also happened to me that I went to a place and the place looked really amazing. There were like tons of people and I was like, okay, tomorrow I will go there again and shoot an episode. The next day I showed up, there was nobody. The place was completely deserted. And that was really annoying, but what can you do? I mean, that's what I have to deal with. Then I have to find a new place, a new location to shoot. And then there's also technical challenges. One of the biggest challenge is actually the GoPro. Because the battery life of the GoPro sucks. I think the battery lasts maybe like 1 hour or something, and if it's really cold, it lasts maybe like 45 minutes or half an hour, which is pretty annoying. And that is also the reason why I cannot let the GoPro run the whole time during a shoot, which can be a challenge in itself, because if you press the record button, it takes a while for the GoPro to start recording. And I missed a couple of shots. I didn't record them because the GoPro wasn't simply running. And once it happened to me, and that was quite funny actually, because I pressed record and I thought, oh, I didn't press it firmly enough maybe, so I pressed it again. But it turned out that in the second time I pressed it, I turned the camera off. So I was out and about shooting and shooting and shooting, and after a while I realized, damn it, it wasn't recording at all. So I had photos, but no footage at all. So I had to redo this. Yeah, these things happen, but yes, the GoPro is a big challenge, and hopefully in the future I will get a new one. And I don't know if do you guys know if the new ones, is there still a delay if I press record, or is it like more instantaneously recording? What are the downsides? Because I want to make the most out of a country or place that I'm traveling to, I try to film as much as possible. But that also means that there's not much time to shoot for myself or even to enjoy the place. And that is something I want to change in the future, just to make it a little bit more enjoyable for myself in the long run. Also, filming this kind of video means I have to bring a lot of gear. I have to bring, like on a longer trip, a variety of cameras like these 3 here. And also I have to bring a ton of film. I have to bring a laptop to back up my footage, and on top of that I have to bring the gear that is filming me right now to film the videos. And that's a big challenge and a big downside, because it's really heavy. For instance, for season 2 I brought this backpack here and was full of gear, and on top of that I brought my Billingham bag, which was also full of gear. So in total it was roughly 20 kilograms, and that was quite heavy to carry around all day long and all the time, from spot to spot or location to location. And also, if you're flying a lot, you probably know that is a problem if you have 20 kilos of carry-on. Some airlines don't allow as much, and it can be a problem. So far I've been fine, but more on traveling with gear and films and scanning, whatever, in specific videos very, very soon. So look forward to that. Is the How I Shoot series really how I shoot? No, not 100%. Because if I shoot for YouTube, my goal is to finish shooting in a specific time frame. And that also means that I cannot be too selective about my subjects that I shoot. When I shoot for myself, I might look also for different subjects or different moments that are maybe more complex. And it can happen that from time to time I shoot a roll of film within 2 or 3 minutes, just to make sure I get what I want. And if I would do this while shooting for a YouTube video, that video would be very boring, because like all the photos would look very similar. So I can't do that. I usually try to get different kind of subjects in my videos. In the end, the How I Shoot series is more about showing you guys what's achievable, and that street photography doesn't have to be this intimidating thing that some people might think it is. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed these insights into the How I Shoot series. And what I'd like to know from you now is, which was your favorite episode and or moment in the season 2 and why? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we will see each other very soon in the next video. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.